Hey guys, this is SgtBoblo back with Pillars of Eternity. We just escaped the Baowak, and we are going to continue in through the ruins that the caravan leader decided to warn us that we should never go into. Obviously, we are super smart. No, but of course, we didn't have much of a choice because people were trying to kill us. And so I did manage to save both of my companions here,
Huh?
and Todd Habercorn is amazing still. So we'll see what happens next. The lower level of the ruins has been blocked off by fallen rubble.
Sure.
Mhm.
That should be far enough. But what now?
We look for another way out. Storm has to die sometime.
What happened out there? Windstorm, of a kind they only get here in Irglanfath. Not too many people live through them, so it's hard to know what's true. The Glanfathan word is Beowek. To them, it's the gods' way of reaping the souls of the land that couldn't find their own way out. But they'll take the living soul as soon as a dead one. Still got yours? Who attacked us? Glenfathans. Those would be the hut dwellers Odema warned you about, looking to be fangs of Gallowayne, who were the twitchiest of the lot. They go ruin to ruin looking for fights with colonists. Poor Odema. I think he have expected this once we lost the main road. The Glenfathans said we trespassed in the ruins. I don't believe that. Odema would never allow it. But as much as the Fangs are hotheads, Glenfathans don't attack without being provoked. Either they saw something and got the wrong idea, or she glances down the passage beyond, or there's looters in here with us. That is not something we need right now. What about everyone else in our caravan? Kalicia's lips press together and her chin rumples. Her voice is faint. The wheels got hold of them now. She looks up. Gods grant them better luck in their next life. You don't seem too upset about all this. Kalisha looks you in the eye, and volatile current running beneath her voice. Maybe you just don't know me well enough to know what upset looks like, and maybe I've seen worse too. Seen worse and kept on walking, 'cause there's nothing else to be done, and 'cause there's other people you care about who still need you. Let's get going. Come on, piggy pig.
Wonder who was here. See if they left anything useful behind.
Camping supplies. You can use them to rest in the wilderness or dungeons, fully restoring all of your character's abilities and health. Easy difficulty allows you to carry more camping supplies, but hard restricts them severely. If you fully run out of camping supplies, try to find an inn. Most reliable. Most have cheap rooms available. Hammer and chisel. Small shield. And a torch. Oh. Hello, monkey. A trembling, sickly creature emerges from the dark, clutching a spear. Knobby elbows and thin ribs show through its scaly flesh, but you recognize it as Zarip. It watches you cautiously, breathing in ragged sighs. I'll try to be benevolent. The Zarip recoils, fingers still wrapped tightly around its spear. The creature cocks its head and approaches you, a soft clicking emanating from the back of its throat. The creature sniffs around you and finds nothing of interest. It steps back and resumes its defensive posture. And again. I'll slowly back away. There's something there. I kind of want to eat it.
Those tiles look suspicious. Let's be careful.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Would you look at this?
Okay. Alright. Yeah, they all... Oh. I touched a button. They all seem to be traps. Oh. Well then. I'll go over here. I'll go over here. Dead man. Crossbow, armor. And this brilliant blue gem has been sculpted to look like an eye. Cool, I want it. The small folio is torn in several places and blood is soaked into several of the sheets. One later entry is still legible, however. I can't believe my luck. A few rounds of dice and I've got my hands on a genuine Engwithan artifact. A fellow who had it said it was a pretty nothing as far as he's concerned, not willing to go digging in some ruins. But if he's right about the gem leading to a hidden treasure, then it's worth sneaking past a few painted elves. I'll just head to Silent Lease in the morning. Then it's just a matter of finding this relief he was talking about. Well, he doesn't look like he made it.
Do you hear that?
I hear many things. Mostly the sound of my own voice. Oh, hey. Let's kill it.
Let's go!
It's dead. Skin it. Meat. Axe.
That looks weak. Could be a shortcut.
Cracks along the wall form from floor to ceiling. A light gust of air passes through it. I'll push on the wall. Despite the damage, the stone looks heavy and solid. Can I... Galatia pushes with all her might and the cracks begin to spread. Finally, the ancient masonry gives way. The wall crashes down, revealing a circular room. Oh, cool. She had a might of 16, so that worked.
Yeah.
All the other times I did this, I
Got it.
used my hammer and chisel.
I could scout ahead, see what's around the corner.
No. Let's go back here real quick. I'll give you the meat. The Zarub sniffs around your pack and notices excitedly at something. It steps back and points at your pack, salivating and holding its spear out to you. You produce a piece of skull meat from your pack and toss it onto the floor. Its nostrils flare at the scent of fresh meat, and its eyes dart between you and the food. It creeps toward the prize, shoving the spear into your grip and snatching the meat with both hands at the last moment. Its gullet quivers as it devours the flesh and then noisy chomps. Okay, can I talk to you? Continues to gnaw on knots of cartilage and tendon. Is that it? Cool. More lockpicking stuff. I'm gonna attack it. First, I'm gonna quick save it.
Let's go!
Enemy spotted. Okay. Yeah, okay. I stole it. I took its stuff. And I killed it. Cool. Okay, let's go over here.
Those symbols. Just like the tiles.
I'll use the torch. Okay. This mural must be ancient, yet the colors are still bright and vivid. It shows a procession of Inguithans from all the Kith races. Almaua, elf, Orlan dwarf, and human. They walk among pillars similar to the ones that span this chamber, each one topped with flame. Pillars of eternity, perhaps? Let's see what's over here. Black ooze. Sure, alright. I'll attack me some black ooze. Ooze plasma. Congealed mass of thick and opaque jelly. Sure, whatever.
Where'd that slime come from?
Viscous and oily, this muck clings to anything it touches. A viscous slick of something dark and tar-like runs down this wall. The shapes and bulges in the ooze suggest something lies beneath it, but you can't tell what. Yeah, I'm gonna use my water that I need to keep alive. You rinse the ooze away, revealing an intricate relief of a man's face. The sunburst surrounding it has chipped away in places, but the details of his head, from the tight curls of his hair to the ridges of his pointed ears, still showcase remarkable craftsmanship. One eye socket is empty. A gem fills the other. I'm going to place the gem. The chamber begins to rumble, stray rocks dancing across the tile floor. Finally, a large section of the wall gives way. I lost the Gwithin relief gem. Ooh, another ooze. Kill it. Kill it with fire if you have to. Cool. Wait, what? How is there more ooze right there? I don't get it. Mine a cloak of protection. Oh, cool. Amethyst. And, oh, Adra. That's the, stuff that comes out of the ground. That stuff. I'll put this on, because why not? Oh, now I have a cape. Hell yeah. An organic material, crystalline in structure but shell-like in substance, Adra can be found growing up through the ground in veins in many parts of Aora. Easy to carve and manipulate, it is a favorite of jewelers as a semi-precious stone, and is often cut more intricately and beautifully than other gems. Okay, sure. Amethyst can be found in a variety of shades, but those of darkest purple are considered to be the most valuable. Discovery of new sources has become commonplace in the past few hundred years, and amethyst no longer fetches the same value it once did. Alright, makes sense. Ooze. Okay, sure. Alright. Oh, hey. I have a whole lot of stuff that I can put away. Okay, cool. That's about it for that. Alright, where am I going next? Yeah, I'll just go over here. Yep. Come on, keep going. Come on, don't die.
There's a draft coming through that
You
wall.
feel that?
I don't hear any
We are
sign of
on
that storm
fire.
either.
Okay. Well. Okay. Well. Alright. That was dumb. I'm nothing if not unintelligent, though. As long as I get some endurance, it'll be fine. Kinda like... Did I explode it? It looks like it. What's over here? Oh, it's the thing. Ooh, another whelp. Cool. I killed it. Scholar ear. So I don't get meat this time? Damn. Ooh. Spider. Spiderling. Sure, alright, whatever. Is he gonna drop anything? No, there's nothing more to the spider. Okay. Ooh, a rapier. And a bloodstone. It's traditionally a dark stone, often a deep green, but the presence of pockets of iron or red jasper resemble blood spatter give the stone its name as well as its value. Cool. I'll take it. My pig is loud. Jasper. Oh, a helmet that I can't use. Alright, let's see what's up here. Equipping a shield increases the character's deflection. Larger shields can negatively impact a character's accuracy. I don't want negative accuracy. Oh, quick save. Oh, more story. Ah. 4 figures stand before an otherworldly apparatus, an ancient structure of chiseled adra and metallic veins, ominous and looming like a silent observer. Standing motionless in their midst is what appears to be a human body, colorless as stone or ash. The other figures gaze upon it in what might be contemplation. From your vantage point, you are well obscured from their view. The figure closest to the machine stands out among them. A thick gray beard frames a face otherwise hidden beneath a metallic mask. His faded robes are embroidered with a runic language unlike anything you've ever seen, and he wears a strange black headdress with 2 protrusions that jut out like the wings of some malevolent creature.
Oathbinder, bear witness, and see this man has kept his word true to his last breath, full to his blood's last drop. Guide his soul, queen that was, and regard it among your favored. Let his life by the key be his confession. Let his death by the key be his absolution. May he walk the world ever free of the crushing weight of the book.
It sounds like a bad book.
Your brother has done his part, and you have seen the power of his contribution. I will accept no further hesitation from the rest of you. In the sight of the queen that was, will you fulfill the oath? Will you take your place beside your brother in the endless esteem of her memory that is without flaw? Step forth and be assured of the great worth of your life's course.
Okay. I feel janky about this. That looks like a biowack. For an instant, the apparatus goes quiet and the air is still. Then, all at once, it erupts with a concussive surge. Light floods your vision and you are knocked to the ground. Your head snaps back as you land and pain wells into the back of your skull, washing your last thoughts away into the black unconscious void. You open your eyes to a different place, another time. You stand in a circular room, grand and domed, its walls lined with adra and trimmed with copper. The style is ancient, but the chamber is unweathered. At the far end, a great pillar of adra pierces the floor from below. Its shimmering texture gives you the illusion of boundless depth. Encircling the pillar is an apparatus much like the one you have just seen, but immense and multifaceted and intertwined. Okay. Your thoughts are yours, but not yours. They seem to exist before you think them, and they are all questions. Pressing questions, troubling questions, questions that must be answered or. At the base of the pillar now you see a man with a thick gray beard and a ceremonial robe, crowned with a strange ornamental headdress. You know this man. You are walking towards him now at a pace that is hurried, while trying not to appear so. You have something you want to ask him, one question above all. The question spins madly in your mind. Okay. Oh, are they dead? You awaken to find your malaise has broken, only to be replaced with something far more concerning. Faint whispers are audible at the edge of your hearing, like a ringing in your ears that does not subside. Movement flits through your periphery, but when you turn to look, you can see no signs of whatever it was. You find your gaze regularly darting this way and that, an involuntary paranoid tic. If this is a sickness, it may be dangerous to go without treatment for long. The figures at the machines stand frozen in place, flesh and blood replaced by cinders and ash. The man who led them is nowhere to be seen. One of your characters has become fatigued. Yep. Okay. Okay. Hoden and Kalisha lie bloody on the uneven cobbles, their bodies twisted unnaturally in death. Oh. But what about Kalisha's sister? You are alone and far from help. The Gilded Veil may be your best hope of receiving treatment before things get worse. Well, I guess I'll steal all your stuff. You guys are naked. Cool. Cool. I leveled up.
Hmm?
Hmm? That's a lot of creepy whispering.
Sure.
I wasn't aware that I had taken drugs. Hello? Oh. Dog meat, you touched it. Okay, sure, whatever. Might as well keep going. Those are flashing. That means they're, oh, interactable. I don't know if I... Yeah. My mom had never told me that I shouldn't do drugs. Oh, now you're back? What? Okay. A massive structure is formed of snow, adder, and copper, and covered in strange glyphs. The air around it vibrates with an unusual energy. Cool. Yeah, no, my mom had never told me that I shouldn't do drugs. She just always said to make sure that they were organic and that they wouldn't mess me up for life. Okay. Sure. Oh, area map. World map. This is going to be a big place. A lot of stuff. 6 hours. Yep, sure. Okay. Soul-bound items gain additional powers as the wielder meets specific requirements. The item's description always lists the next requirement. Cool.
I could bed down here.
You what? I think I missed what you said. Okay. There's a dead guy. I'm taking your stuff. I'm going through. Well, that was a very, very interesting thing that happened. Let's go over here. Did I just see something running? I don't know. Oh. Oh, hey, it's one of those things that I killed. Killed because I'm a stone cold bastard. It'll be fine. Yeah. Heck yeah. Let's go over here. There must be something. Oh. Another one. Cool. Pig, what are you doing? corpse, quarterstaff, foodstuffs. The struts and supports are large enough to be the ribs and vertebrae of a dragon. There are dragons in this universe.
Won't get far like this.
It is pretty high fantasy, so I shouldn't be too surprised. Alright, sure. Druids have a wide variety of area effect offensive spells. Oh. Something stuff. I don't know what's in here. Did I just hear something? I discovered the bear cave. A young bear. Can I quick save? I can. Okay, cool. Let's kill it. Cool, it's dead.
Why, I could bed down here.
Bear hide. A morning star. Oh, I'm tripping again. A figure drifts suspended in the musty air of the cavern. Its form and features blur and twist in cascading ripples of incandescence. You feel its energy eddying about your limbs, filling them with a heavy chill. Yeah, I'll reach out. You reach out a hand for the spirit. In the moment of contact, you feel as if you have been struck by a blow, head reeling as you tumble helplessly into a waiting darkness. Light blooms at the edges of your vision. You feel the sun at your back and the weight of a bow in your hand. You know, suddenly, that you have come a long way from the vale, hunting deer. Now you are standing before a cavern, and the darkness extends far into its depths. Even so, your friend strides out before you, his red cloak flapping at his heels. You follow, heart hammering in your chest, as he leads you deeper into the cavern. Okay. Why is my mouth being all weird? There is a roar like thunder echoing around you. Fear seizes you, casts you stumbling back towards the exit, toward light and escape. You see a glint of steel, and there is a sudden terrible flash of agony behind your knee. You scream, stumble, fall. Your thoughts are chaos, lanced through with pain, but in a moment of terrible clarity you see your friend look back from the mouth of the cavern, his dagger daubed in crimson to match his cloak. And then there is a great dark shape above you, and then there is more pain. The vision recedes, and you are thrown back into yourself with a seemingly resentful force. The corpse lies at your feet, and the specter lingers. In the span of energy between you both, you feel a sense of questioning, of confusion, of anger. I will find the man who did this to you and see him brought to justice. For a moment the spirit seems to burn bright, and your head fills with a sickly triumph. The spirit seems to weaken with the force of its own exultation, growing fainter and fainter until you are alone once more. Okay. Vengeance from the grave. Find the man with the red cloak. Okay, sure. Because there's not going to be lots of those. Okay. What's over here? Nothing. Dead body. Settler's arrow. What? What do monks have to do with what I'm doing? Hey, what's over here? Nothing. Shattered pieces of a crate are strewn across the dirt, along with a few muddy vegetables. Goddamn muddy vegetables. How dare somebody allow that to happen? A young dwarf tending to the stew pot looks up, startled as he sees you approach. He drops his ladle, spattering the stew across the ground. What? The bandit turns. Get him, you dogs, and make sure our new cook don't run off. Help, please help. One of the bandits gives 10 frith a kick as they pass him, and he huddles. Sure. I'm always down to kill some people. I don't even need a very good reason to. What I do need is my mouse to do some stuff that I want it to.
Let's go!
Thank you, Todd. Cool.
Why, I could bed down here.
That's a lot of stuff. I'll talk to you.
Good day to you.
By the flame. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I thought I'd be stuck cooking for these ignorant weasels for the rest of my life, or until they were bored with me, I suppose. I must get back home. I only hope they haven't hired a replacement. The dwarf looks aghast. Listen, next time you're in Gilded Vale, stop by the Black Hound Inn. I'll let Pasca know just what you've done for me, and I'm sure she'll do right by you in return. She better. Oh, to be back at my oven again. Gilded Vale, major positive. You've earned a reputation. They can be held in communities or factions in the eastern region will affect how members of that group respond to you. In some cases, friends or enemies of those groups will also. Okay. Okay. I will take all of the stuff, because they do not need it anymore. The tent is empty, but for a pair of stained cots and the stink of unwashed bodies. Okay, let us go. Take that. River Reed. The grass is still flattened behind the wagon wheels. Barrels of cabbages, potatoes, and squash have been overturned and abandoned. How dare somebody leave this in the middle of the road? I can't believe some people. I can't cross the river like that. Alright, sure. My dear Nanton, please be safe, knowing that, whatever happens, I love you still. Okay, cool. Young wolf. I have a wolf too.
Why, I could bed down here.
Wolfhide. These aged walls appear to have once encircled this entire glade. Only a small fragment remains, and the stairs leading to the top of the structure have crumbled away. You find a handhold upon one of the large stones. You start to pull yourself up, but the uneven bricks and odd angles of the ascent make the climb difficult. After a short distance, your arms begin to burn too fiercely. You are forced to drop back to the ground. Alright. Examine the wall. The heavy bricks are slick with moss, presenting a hindrance to climb, but the stones themselves seem sturdy enough. Given the right tools, one might easily reach the top. Cool. I need tools to get up there and body and stuff.
Quickly and quietly.
I discovered something hidden. Okay. Amethyst, agate.
My eyes are peeled.
I'm gonna check this real quick. I can't use any helms. Quarterstaff. Okay. 11 to 15, 13 to 19. For a spear. A crossbow. Slow. But 13 to 19. Morning Star is two-handed. 17 to 24. Ooh. 15 to 22. I'll put some melee weapons in my other slot. Okay. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Cool. I'll go to the Gilded Vale. Now we will see what we can see.
Oh, rest would be good.
Rest would be good. I know the feeling, my friend. Oh. Too fast mode. Okay. Are those bodies on that tree?
You must be one of the new settlers. Welcome to Gilded Vale. You'll be pleased to know that we've had some recent vacancies here.
I'll be clever.
Of course, we'll need to make some inquiries first. The inestimable Lord Radric VII has taken great pains to insulate our town from Widewind's legacy. Have you ever sired a Hollowborn child?
I'll be honest.
Are you absolutely certain? Lord Raderick has made it his first priority to eliminate this scourge from our village. I should warn you, stranger. Here in Gilded Vale, we have a special place for dissidents, charlatans, and those who would hide a curse in our midst.
He steps to the side and inclines his head ever so slightly toward the deformed tree.
His lordship's wife is with child and due any day now. Without his approval, I shan't be able to find you a permanent settlement. It will have to wait until after the birth. We can continue our interview then, after the bell tolls from Radrick's hold to signal my lord's new heir. In the meantime, you can find temporary accommodations at the inn, just southwest of here.
I've been feeling strange ever since a close call with Beowick. Is there someone in town who can help?
Whatever your problem, it sounds like a matter for an animancer. However, the only animancer in Gilded Vale isn't in any condition to speak. Consider yourself fortunate. After she failed Lord Radric, we saw to it that she wouldn't profit from the misplaced trust of others. A bad cure is often worse than none at all.
I don't know if I agree with that, but sure.
But if you're set on finding a bottle of troll piss or a dead Audra pebble to rub on your forehead, you're welcome to check her pockets. A little corpse stink is nothing when you're digging for shit. My advice,
Wow.
is to be satisfied that you escaped and leave it at that.
I don't like this guy. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. It's important that everyone in Gilded Vale understands the rules. You said something about Hollowborn and Waydwin's legacy before. I forgot. He blinks. I forget that you foreigners do not have this curse in your homelands. The Hollowborn have been a scourge upon the Deerwood for almost 15 years now. He lowers his voice to a whisper. Children born without souls. He shakes his head. Pitiful, dumb things that breathe, barely, but do not truly live. Some say the Hollowborn are a disease. Some say they are a punishment from the gods. He raises his empty hands. In truth, no one knows, but they began spreading after the Saints' War, and so the name Waidwin's legacy stuck in honor of that foul, blasphemous pretender. His voice shakes with vitriol. That's another good word. Lord Redrick's decrees may seem strict at times, but he has our best interests at heart. Before I got here, I saw several people conduct a strange ceremony near some ruins. He regards you carefully. You'll want to mind where you mention that. Trespassing on Engwithan ruins is illegal, not to mention dangerous. You probably saw someone attempting a new ritual to appease the gods. People will try anything these days. Beareth have mercy. We certainly have. I don't think so. Just as they finished, there was a bivouac. He polishes his spectacles on his sleeve. If you'd been that close to a bivouac, you wouldn't be standing here. Yeah, I don't like him.
Keep out of...
Goodbye.
Listen!
2 tolls. Let that be the last. 3. Gods have mercy.
It seems your arrival is ill-timed. 3 bells toll only for the death of a Radric. I fear Lord Radric's heir is lost, or all the same. You should tread carefully. Circumstances have changed a great deal.
Don't threaten me. He shakes his head, unmoved. It is no threat, only a warning. Lord Redrick will tolerate no threats to his kin or those that live upon his lands. Grief will not make him more docile. What happened? He shrugs one bony shoulder. I will know more details when the messengers arrive, but the vagaries of childbirth, perhaps, but that is not of your concern. You come to us at a time of mourning. The legacy has struck at the heart of the Gilded Vale. Our efforts to redeem ourselves in the eyes of Bareth must be redoubled. He sets a steady gaze on you. Does that affect the Lord's offer to the new settlers? I can be sure of nothing right now. I advise you to get some rest. The inn, or a stable for all I care. Find me afterwards. I will know more soon enough. Well. Okay then. I have completed the quest. Scattered between the roots are bracelets of twine and bead, or wilting flowers and notes half erased by the rains. I don't like him. Dog meat. Villagers. Who are you?
Were you looking for someone in that tree? I could introduce you.
Someone who can make me feel better. He gives an understanding nod as he takes a long drag from his pipe. My condolences. He exhales and turns his attention away, watching the villagers around him. Okay. Thanks for that, sir. I appreciate you. Okay. Hi, dog meat. What? Beneath the vines are crude carvings of a sun rising over 3 stars. As you near, you feel a vibrant history constrained in the essence of this man's soul. Voices from its past seem to call out to you. Sure, I'll reach out to it, I guess. You see a pennant waving tall and sluggish in the wind, a rising sun embroidered on the banner, the vanguards of a small troop of paladins. The atmosphere is buoyant, if restrained, and their armor has not yet been tarnished by the elements. This expedition is fresh, young, filled with zest and zeal. At at their head stands a commander, awkward in full armor but determined in step. Despite the excitement of his fellows, he does not smile. There's a twist to his mouth, and his countenance grim. He throws up a hand, halting his troop. A silence falls among them, revealing a dark thunder, deep and low. His orders to them to ready he orders them to ready their weapons and spread out. Eyes dart from the horizon to horizon. Next, twisting to see the source of the sound. In the distant, dust and lightning rise from the ground as Stygian clouds. Stygian? I don't know. Race towards them from overhead. The soldiers stand, only the staccato movements of their breath betraying their nerves. The commander closes his eyes, calling a blessing down on his troops, invigorated, invincible, and they wait as the enemy draws closer, poised to attack. Okay. So there's a war. That's what it sounds like, at least. Oh, Aloth. You see 4 people. Oh, would you stop closing out? You see 4 people gathered by the door to the inn. Their raised voices and choppy gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. The first figure raises his hands with calm. His face is partially obscured by a hood, but his heightened stature suggests an elf.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
Rational. One of the other men glares at the hooded elf. His eyes are red from drink, but his gaze is focused. We're humble folk, but we're not fools. Not like he thinks. Mocking us while he shelters in our village. We don't take to that kind of talk from foreigners, especially not Adirans. Adirans.
Go on. Say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
Fie, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
What? A collective cry of outrage raises from the 3 locals. The second man snarls, I'll cut that bear-licking tongue out of your head.
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
He plants his feet, something surly and raw flickering through his eyes. Okay.
That's where you're wrong.
Yeah, and why is that? He's reaching for something, and since it's not the rapier at his side, it's either a wand or a throwing dagger, and you don't look ready to deal with either. They look at each other. One of the men gives the other two a warning shake of his head before turning to you. We're done for now. But this one better watch his step around here because we're not going anywhere. With a final scowl at the elf, he turns to leave. I hope I can kill him later. As the three stumble away, the elf turns to you, the tension almost gone from his smooth face.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
You mean for making them piss their pants? You're welcome.
Well, that is one way of putting it.
He straightens his hood and you note the remains of fraying embroidery on his gloves. His boots are caked with dirt of many months' travel, but the leatherwork beneath it is sturdy and fine.
Well, I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvisor, at your service.
You better have more to say for yourself than that. Please, I didn't mean to drag you into this.
Well, I'm a wizard by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I am grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land. And how exactly did you come to be here?
I was traveling with a caravan, but we were separated near some ruins. And within ruins, those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. Half the locals would arrest you for trespassing, and the rest would kill you outright. He leans closer. Curious, what exactly did you find there? Several hooded figures operating a strange machine. He might know something. Aleph goggles at you silently, apparently assessing your earnestness. Finally, he gives you a clipped, awkward laugh.
You do manage to find yourself in rather interesting predicaments.
How did you manage to cross those three drunks?
I'm afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
You did make a rather lewd suggestion regarding one of the aggressors and his own sister. Ah, that. He clears his throat and adjusts his sleeve. As I tried to tell them, they misheard me. Happens all too easily for after a few pints, and the accent doesn't help. I heard the same thing. For just a moment he looks as if he's about to say something else. His expression brightens with mischief, but before he can speak he forces a tight smile, biting his lips so hard you expect to see blood. Finally his face relaxes, and he shakes his head. I should speak more clearly next time. My apologies. What are you doing in Gilded Vale?
I came looking for fresh air and cheap land. Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expectant wife. But I take it that's a familiar tale.
And you? I've been experiencing strange things of late. I'm looking for an expert on souls. His eyes flicker as he looks you up and down. Indeed, the local lord has searched far and wide for similar specialists. He is ridding himself of them almost as desperately. He nods at the gnarled old tree in the center of town. His darting glance takes in the tumbled down buildings and the fallow, rock-strewn fields. I expect that some expertise would best sought elsewhere. You don't exactly look like a settler. A slight grin crosses his lips. Beg your pardon, but neither do you. Yet circumstances can find a person in the strangest of places. I should get going.
As should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
Yeah, alright, sure.
Excellent. I shall follow you.
Huh. Well. Alright. Well, I've gotten pretty far. His episode is a lot longer than the last one, but I think I'm gonna stop it here. I've gotten to where I need to go. I need to find out more. I have a new companion after I lost the other ones. That's pretty nice. But we will see what happens when we get back to it. So, I will save the game. And I will save it right here. Alright, so I will see you guys next time. Toodles.